Hi guys, welcome to Friday edition of Living Life. Today we're going to look at Mark chapter 2, verse 13 to 17. Now just think about this. Let's just stop thinking about us for a second. Let's think about those people that we just hate. You know, those people who have wronged us for some reason. I mean, people who have inflicted upon us a pain and suffering, and who have caused us to really, suffer for a long period of time. Just think about those people. People that you cannot stand. People that you just hate. People that just, you want them dead. Just think about those people. The people that you despise. Think about those people for a second, okay? Because to Pharisees, the scribes, the teachers of the law, the tax collectors, the sinners, I mean, probably anyone other than themselves were lower. They think of them as lower class, people who really don't deserve God's grace, people who are really lacking in many ways. And they, Pharisees and scribes, the teachers of the law, they really believe that these people, as well sinners, do not really deserve God's forgiveness and grace and mercy. But Jesus was different. As Jesus was walking along, he saw Levi, tax collector. We got to understand what this tax collector thing is about. I mean, people in that time, the nation Israel, everyone hated tax collectors because they were basically traitors. They received money more than they need to receive. The taxes, they charge more taxes in order to feed themselves, but at the same time to give it to the enemy of the nation Israel, the Roman Empire. And so these people, tax collectors, were the scum of the earth, and they were just despised, and there was so much hatred toward them, but interestingly, Jesus called Levi, the tax collector, and said, "Follow me." And not only that, he ended up sitting with a bunch of tax collectors and sinners and eating dinner with them. Now, to Pharisees, to the teachers of law, who were so self-righteous, just looking at Jesus sitting with tax collectors, the traitors and sinners, it wasn't just right. And so they asked the question, why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners? Now, I asked you to think about those people that you just hate. I mean, a lot of times we believe that we could receive God's grace, that we are somewhat qualified to receive God's grace and forgiveness, even if we have done like really bad stuff. We believe somehow that we are qualified to be loved by God. But to those people that we just hate, people that has caused so much trouble, people that have inflicted upon us a pain and suffering that we still have to deal with, those people, we believe for sure that they do not deserve God's grace. Now, imagine this, Jesus coming to us maybe one day, and Jesus calls these people that I hate, that I despise, and Jesus calls these bunch of people, and because he could have come to me, he could have come to my house and eat with me and dine with me and comfort me. It's like, how I'm sorry for what you have to go through and all this. I mean, yeah, it's me. But these people, Jesus calls these people, and he's sitting down with these people, and he's eating with these people, and he's just talking to these people. Now, in our mind, we would probably think the same thing the Pharisees thought. Why would he, Jesus, the Son of God, why would he sit down with these bunch of losers and eat with them and just have fun with them? They don't deserve that. They cause problems. They hurt people. They hurt not just me, so many people. But why would Jesus come and eat with these guys, this scum of the earth? You know? Sad thing is, we have that mentality in us. We don't really say it out loud because we know, if we say that, we know what people might think about us. We wanna stay victim. We don't want to be seen as someone with anger and hatred toward people. We just want to stay victim and hoping that someone would come and comfort us. Deep down inside, we have that sinful nature too. But what Jesus says really sets the bar high for all of us to live the life of holiness. It says this: "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." The thing that we really have to understand in our Christian life, in order to really do this Christian life in the right way, in godly way, in the way that will please God, is that we need to understand that what I see in people, what I see in certain people, doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if I hate them or not. That's not the point. That's not the big issue here. Because to us, what's the most important thing for us as believers is that what God sees in them. What I see in them doesn't really matter. It doesn't count. To us, what matters the most is what God sees in them. And what God sees in them is those who are in need of God's mercy and grace, just like us. To God, everyone in this planet is just about the same. Doesn't matter what that person did. Doesn't matter who or what or where or what kind of path or what kind of background or what kind of life experiences one person might have had. It doesn't really matter. We are, to God's eye, we are all the same, because we are all His creation. That really challenges us to live this life differently. Because who am I to really judge anyone else? Who am I to really condemn anyone for what they have done? I have done the same thing to Jesus Christ. Because to God, killing someone and lying is just about the same. It's all sin. The same kind of sin. And knowing that I am forgiven, knowing that God has sacrificed His own Son upon the cross for my sins, knowing that truth, it challenges us to really think differently about how we should live our life with other people. Again, what I see in people doesn't really matter. It doesn't count. What God sees in them, now that matters. I want to challenge you today. You might have those enemies in your life. You might have those people that you cannot just stand. The people that you despise. The people that you just like, whatever. My challenge to you today is pray to God to give you the heart of compassion, the heart of forgiveness, the heart of grace and mercy. In the song Hosanna, it says, "Break my heart for what breaks yours." We sing it all the time. I love that song. But what it challenges us is really what it says: break my heart for what breaks yours. Because God's heart is aching for every one of us. Now, does your heart hurt? Does my heart hurt to see these people who are in need of God's grace?